Hey, welcome to Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. Special thanks to my good friend Jody Best of Best Bet Promotions for coordinating and scheduling today's artists. Having over 20 plus years in the music industry, if you're looking for a highly successful promotion and marketing professional who's extremely motivated, look no further than Jody Best. For more information, contact Jody via email at bestbetpromo@yahoo.com. Special thanks today to my sponsor, Go-Go Tuners, for all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy. Look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefined, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. And today I have a returning guest. His name is Zach Bair. Yes, musician, producer, entrepreneur, CEO. He does it all. And he's released another incredible track. It's called Fight. Right, fight for hope, fight for love, fight for it all. It's a kick-ass anthem. And it's got a great video. We're going to talk to Zach about this track, find out what else he's up to. I know he's got a new RockHouse live venue to talk about. We're going to play the video for Fight and a whole lot more right here on Pat's Soundbites IGTV. Hey, live on Pat Soundbites IGTV, rocking new music is what I do on the radio and on video, and I got this cool cat, one of the busiest guys I know. I don't know what hat he wears, but all I can tell you, he's always smiling, and he loves music, and that's what I love, and I support people like Mr. Zach Bair. Man, music technology, entrepreneur, executive, producer, singer, songwriter. He's always smiling. He's always doing great stuff. And by the way, if you're a member of ASCAP, you need to vote for this guy, right?
Thank you.
Vote for that.
Thank you. Yes, you saw that.
Of course I did. We'll talk about that at the end. But today we're focusing. We had Ordinary Girl, which was a blast and a special song. And it was on our rotation. And I pray that a lot of people purchased it, because Zach was donating a portion of the proceeds to suicide prevention. And boy, you know, the world we live in today with 2020 in Culvert and a guy coming from emergency service background, it's out there, folks. People need money. People are going homeless. It's a crazy world we live in. So Ordinary Girl, kick the ass and take name. Congratulations, my friend, on that. And today we're talking a great anthem, Fight. Fight. The world is falling apart, but we're not giving up. Hell no. Right. I was going to say that. We're not giving up. We got a lot of hope. We got a lot of love, and we're going to start from the beginning and work our way up and support our healthcare workers and everybody on the front line of fighting COVID. What was interesting, Zach, that I found reading and preparing to chat with you again, since I think the last time we chatted was September 17th, according to my notes, was the fact that you wrote this with 9/11, but it means so relevant today out of anything. So speak to me about Fight. Tell me about the idea. Tell me I know you got a lot of things going on that I want to cover today, but you look great. You're staying COVID free. You got a lot going on. Tell me about this great tribute to the first responders out there.
Well, first of all, Squid, I want to thank you
I love it.
for that ridiculously awesome intro, and I promise I'll put the $10 that I promised you in the mail right after we get off this.
Yeah. all singles too, please.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool, man. You got it. Absolutely, singles. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So thanks, man. Like, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the support of Ordinary Girl. But yeah, Fight. Man, I wrote that song literally in the aftermath of 9/11. Of course, we all probably knew somebody that was, connected to that tragedy in New York. I'm
a past fire chief. So,
yeah, I saw that back there. And I have a great respect for the FDNY, and it was just such a devastating thing to have happen, and the city was devastated, and I wrote the song, and I ended up putting it into kind of a demo format, and I didn't release it. I just kind of it sat there for a really long time, and I would always think, man, this is it really could be a good song. I just at some point need to do something with it, and then this pandemic hit. Like almost 20 years later, and I was in the studio working on Ordinary Girl and a couple of the other tracks on that record, and I was like, you know what, I need to do Fight. And I had Skid Mills working with me to produce it, and I was like, you know what, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to leverage such a guy with his talent. He can really probably take this and make it a great song. And so we recorded it, and the lyrics do very much coincide with what's happening in the world now. And it's really a song about hope, and about love in the future. And I just thought it would be really timely to get that out, to put it on the record and release it as a single, to give somebody, people who listen to it, a positive message, and that there is in the tunnel, and then we just as humans, we got to stick together and just find our way through it. This country has overcome a lot in the past, and we will get through this. The world will get through this.
I loved the video, and I encourage everybody to first subscribe to your YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. But the video was so, it fit right in, whoever put that together, and the support for the healthcare workers. I mean, and then you covered, just the regular people that are out on the street that we see every day. That are out there that are struggling, and the video was phenomenal, which we will play at the conclusion of our chat today. What I didn't think I asked you, Zach, the last time, talk to me about those great band members that you have. I don't think we give them enough credit. We talk about your venues and your songwriting and who you are, but I wanted to learn a little bit more about Jeff and Daniel and Chris.
Yeah, so they're all great guys. I mean, Daniel and I met each other a couple of years ago, before there was even really a band, and then brought in Jeff Cobble, a guitar player who's just a phenomenal player. He can do anything from chicken picking to shredding, like that would put the late great Edward Van Halen. His eyes would be wide open. I mean, the guy's that good of a player. And then my drummer Jeff Ward. I mean, we've got a great unit, and I really will say that and I'm going to kind of going to include Skid Mills in that, because he really did contribute a lot to getting the sound the way we wanted it to in the music, because he took great songs and made them greater. And I'm very thankful that we have the musicians that bring so much to the table, if you will. I mean, I like to think that I'm kind of a jack of all trades kind of guy. I think my primary skill is songwriting, and I can sing. I don't claim to be Eddie Van Halen by any means, or I can play bass, I can play guitar, I can play whatever. But when you create a work of music and then surround yourself with players that you feel like are better than you, then chances are your end product's going to be a whole lot better. But it's great. I mean, I really am thankful for the musicianship in this situation. And obviously we can't wait to get back out and start playing real shows again.
Yeah, no, what was their take with I want to say the success of Ordinary Girl, to see that. I know you did No Control back in like October of 2018, and I didn't know you from Adam, but once Ordinary Girl came, and obviously I get the phone call from Jody, like, hey, you got to check this out. I thought Ordinary Girl was a great success story.
Thanks, man.
And it really put you on the map, and now you're continuing with forward momentum, which is outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you the story of No Control. I mean, that's been my band's namesake for 20 something years now. I mean, I've got it, you see it's in my arm, tattooed on my arm.
No Control, full speed ahead,
full
baby.
Speed,
I love it.
But I mean, I started that band in Houston in '91, and I'm the only guy that's left. And eventually, I just decided that I was going to go with my own name, because we always had kind of musicians in and out the door and whatnot. But occasionally I'll still go out and play cover gigs under the No Control name. I mean, right now it's unfortunately not a whole lot open, but the one thing I'll say is that playing covers for so long, and at the same time, writing music, it really made me a better musician, because I learned how to play everything from Rush, to the Eagles, and it's really, it makes you a better musician, being able to play a wide variety of different stuff, and make your craft a little bit better.
I mean, in No Control, I got here, Strange Day was so funky. What a great funky
Thanks,
sound.
Man.
And then you go into, like, I want to say Run for Cover, which is, to me, was a great rock song. It was a cool rock song. So I really loved the diversity. And then listening to Rutherford Drive and really where you're coming up today, I'm like, man, you got it all going on. So
yeah, ironically, none of those songs, none of the No Control songs on the EP that you're talking about got released to radio. So I'm considering coming back and releasing some of those.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
I would play it in a heartbeat. I think it's great,
Thanks, man.
It's good.
You
mentioned venues. I mean, Rock Hard Live is open in Memphis, karaoke night. Come on down, Taco Tuesday. But there's one. Too bad this is not live, because I know you're working on interviews right now for RockHouse Live.
RockHouse Live, yeah.
In Clearwater Beach yesterday. And today I'm like, why ain't I down there? I used to bartend. I could make drinks. I could host. I could sit people down and get a tan every day on the beach. Oh my goodness, get me out.
So you're gonna have to come down, man. I mean, yeah, we're very excited about that, man. I mean, I started RockHouse Live, the original concept, back in 2006 in Dallas, and I kept it open for a couple of years and kind of got my feet wet. Then when I was in Memphis, I came to Memphis in 2008, but didn't open another one until 2013, and really, have nurtured it, kind of incubated it. Got two in Memphis, but have incubated that concept until I was able to attract a guy like Jock Weaver, my partner on the international rollout. Of course, he was president of Hard Rock Cafe International, and he took that company to a $200 million enterprise.
I guess he did.
Very short amount of time back in the day. And that's, we want to do that with RockHouse. And I was, I fell in love with the St. Pete, Tampa area, about 5 years ago. I actually started to put one down there, and then some stuff fell through with the building, and the people who had it there before me had the building before me would never get licensed for anything ever again. So I've literally been looking for 5 years for the right location, and this one popped up, and I was like, that's the one. RockHouse Live Clearwater. I'm going to plug it. 207 Coronado, right around the roundabout from the marina. It's in the middle of everything. It's in the middle of all these big hotels, and
you can walk right from the hotels, from the beach, right to the venue.
And we've got about 2,000 square feet of patio space. So we're going to put the artists outside, and we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be running, local, regional, and national talent, everything from local cover bands to special events with nationals. And, we'll do, karaoke during the week and a bunch of other stuff, but, obviously feature our fantastic food, our RockHouse burger, which I've literally served that all the way in Australia.
Nice.
It's really, really, really good food, and it's a good fair price. But it's the culmination of about 15 years of desire to get it pushed in this direction. And this is going to be the flagship, and then we hope to open other locations. We're in discussions with locations in New York, in London, and in Australia so far.
Any way I could help you, my man, you just let me know.
I'm all about it, man.
I'll look for land and property, and sadly, we the music business taking such a beating, especially for the artists and the crews. But man, how many venues are going to survive?
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm surrounded by 7 really good venues, and we're only an hour and a half north of New York City.
Oh, sure.
Boy, it's like
it's tough, man.
We got our fingers crossed that some of them could still stay open. I don't see what sucks, Zach, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I just don't see the government doing anything for the music world of what they said they would.
They passed the Save Our Stages Act, which was a huge thing. Now they just have to get all the mechanisms in place to actually, dole the money out, and it's happening. It's happening slowly.
Okay.
Our locations are a member of a group called NEVA, which is the National Independent Venue Association, and they really came together and formed this organization to lobby Congress on passing financial help for all these the venues and all the people that work that were out of work from it. So they were successful in getting that done, which is a monumental task. But it's over 2,500 little independent venues that have come together and to have formed a really rather impressive lobbying group. So I think there's hope. I know that there's a lot that probably have not survived. It certainly was not easy for us, but we also had the ability to to sell food and drinks and things like that, and at least people come through the doors. But some places are only venues. That's their only business, and those are the ones that have really suffered and that will be getting the money first.
I read not too long ago, I want to see USA Today or one of the papers that said that COVID is almost like 70% we're like through with it. And I think once this vaccination thing really starts to take off, I actually see bands, Collective Soul, one of my favorite bands, the guys down in Atlanta, Georgia, are doing 3 shows at the Roxy. It's
I love those guys.
They did actually 2 shows in Florida. They did in Clearwater at the one of the venues down there, and then Orlando for New Year's. And
that's awesome.
And I got to talk to one of the guys, and he says everything was social distance, everything was cool, everybody. So it's great to see that finally. I mean, I'm dying to go to a live show. It's like itching.
Me too.
But yeah. Good. No, I'm happy you picked a great location. I see the opening looking at like March 15th. So
that's our target. I think we're going to hit that. It's going to be close. It's still undergoing some construction. I mean, the building was basically, they had an old building there and they gutted it, and everything else is new construction. So everything's brand new in the building. It's going to be unbelievable.
Well, good for you. I like that idea of going to little, just like these other places, like the House of Blues, and now we're going to have, hopefully RockHouse live in different cities by you, and getting out there, because it's a great concept, because if you sign somebody for Memphis, then you can get them to go to your place in Texas, go to the place in Florida, and you get
that's part of the That's part of the idea, is create a network. And we're smaller than House of Blues too, and we're different, and we're very technology laden. That's one of the other interesting facts about it, is that, as you know, I'm also CEO of a company called Venue, and we've been developing this technology called Soundster, which will accurately track the music that's being played, so that we can ensure that the songwriters and artists get paid for music that's played in public spaces. And that largely does not exist right now at all.
Wow, that's crazy.
And the other side of the coin is, and that comes back to your mention about the ASCAP thing, the way that these the PROs have done business for the past 100 years. They do these blanket license agreements for places like RockHouse, but in some cases, you're not even playing a whole lot of music that's in their catalog. So the venues get a lot of times overpay, whereas the songwriters sometimes don't get paid at all because they don't send the money to, and they haven't really been motivated to do that. So RockHouse is going to be one of the first, if not the first, to actually leverage the Soundster technology so that we can keep track of whose music is being played, and hopefully to leverage that as well to work with the PRO to come to a fair assessment of what the licensing fee should be. And the other thing that we're doing in RockHouse that's really exciting is that the other venue technology, which falls by the wayside a lot of time, especially since last year we haven't been doing much live music at all. It's called Set.fm, and Set.fm is a mobile app where we can record the band, and you can walk out of the show with what you just heard on your mobile device.
Wow!
Which is really cool. So that's going to be resident technology in every RockHouse Live location. And in fact, Venue has a 4.99% stake in RockHouse because it's related. I mean, these are all my children, if you will. And I wanted to make sure that the shareholders, and Jock and I did.
Are you on the stock market? Where do I sign up now?
Well, Venue, VNUE, is absolutely on the stock market. We're actually a publicly traded company. And
boy, if that doesn't escalate, I mean, it's like giving somebody a thumb drive going, here you go. This is what you heard tonight. Only it's on your phone. I mean,
on your phone,
which is everything today.
I've been doing that for 17 years with Disc Live. We're going to do some of that too. We're going to have the capability of doing, CD products and things like that. And the idea is to have this technology in place. So let's say COVID does hit again and we get shut down. Of course, I don't think Governor DeSantis is going to shut down anything ever again in Florida. But if we did get shut down, we have this technology so we can do, streaming to other RockHouse locations as well as to the world. And we also have the ability for artists to come in and we can record them and, do whatever kind of product they want to do. It's going to be a pretty cool situation. We call it a hybrid live entertainment themed restaurant, basically. But the venue technologies definitely play a hardcore role in that. We hope that this model that we create with that will provide us the opportunity in venue to offer this to other people, other organizations that are interested in it, so that we can really get a change happening in terms of how the music licensing business is done for general licensing.
Yeah, I think you gave me that education in September, which I learned a lot. And as a DJ back in 1980, going out carrying milk crates of albums and 2 turntables and a little mixer and doing weddings and all that bit. And I think you were the one that shared with me, we take it for granted. You go to the jukebox at the bar and you press the button and, we're playing all the hits, but the artists aren't getting. I know exactly. Sony just purchased. What is the jukebox? I should know it.
Touch Tunes.
What's that?
Touch Tunes.
Yes, I think Sony purchased Touch Tunes because one of the other artists was telling me. He says, "Hey, play my song. It's on Touch Tunes." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And when I was in the bar, I was in a pool league. I found it and I played it, and he says, "I'm actually going to get royalty from it when you play it." And I'm like, and then I thought about our conversation that you were saying, DJs go to a wedding, we play all the hits, but we're also getting a paycheck from it. But exactly. You guys aren't. And that's what people go, well, you buy the album. I go, you're right. You buy the album for your own entertainment. But the minute you get a paycheck of somebody else's product, that's a different story. So good for you, Zach. I get that.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love that technology and I love that idea. And I think everybody should write you in. I would in a heartbeat. I maybe you're late at the gate. Do you have to like a regular election if you wanted to do it? Do you get this at-large board position, like file a petition with the organization? No.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. I didn't even know that they were doing the voting until I got my ballot in the mail, and I was like, they have write-in ballots here. They have a bunch of guys on there. Some of them you'll probably recognize. But I'm like, there's a blank in there. Draw my name in, and then, give me the opportunity to become a board member and help to influence direction of how this general licensing situation goes.
Well, you understand it so much and so thorough. This isn't your first rodeo. I don't know who the other candidates are, and I'm not going to bash them, but knowing your background, I mean, this is This is a no-brainer for me, and it's Bair. Spell it right.
Zach Bair.
Bair.
You got it.
Because I know too many elections, somebody spells calamari wrong.
Oh, dude.
Like squid, and they go, no good, no good.
Squid.
Throw that out. Yeah, throw that out. Well, that is awesome. What else do I got for you? What do you like? I mean, you're doing so much, Zach. You're always smiling. Is there you've been behind the scenes? Sound is so important to any band, and you understand it, and you understand the technology, but then you're also in front center on the stage singing. Do you have, is it all equal, or you just like to do all of it, or is there a better, you're a producer, you know, how many hundreds of live recordings of REO Speedwagon and Slash and Bad Company? Is there one that you go, all right, if I had to prioritize, I would be the sound guy, then I'd be the CEO, then I'd be the musician. I mean, man, your organization skills have to be insane.
It's called ADHD. I'm sure that's what it is. You know, I don't know. I mean, I probably, you know, my mom told me, you know, I grew up with ADD or whatever, you know. I'm sure I probably had ADHD, but I'm thankful for that because it allows me to multitask and do all the things that I like to do. But I couldn't choose. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, I love, I've, got to go on a recording bus and get to know Peter Frampton and got to know Slash. And these are guys that I grew up, I was trying not to be a fanboy, I mean, these are, much respected musicians that influenced my career as a musician. Got to stand on stage with 20,000 people with Edgefest and Seether and watching Evanescence when starting to really just, hit and just, it still gives, the hairs on my arms go up thinking about those moments. So, I mean, I love that as much as I do getting out and playing guitar and singing. Now, of course, would I like to get out and sing in front of 20,000 people?
Absolutely.
But at the same point in time, I mean, it's still just, it's very humbling to be able to be fortunate enough to, to work in the industry that I work in and work with some of the people that I just work as artists, growing up, so I'm very thankful, and I know I'm lucky in that regard. And if it weren't for that, I wouldn't be able to do some of this I'm doing with my own music. And if it weren't for my technology background, I probably wouldn't be doing the music stuff. So it all ties together.
Boy, it all fits in. And here, like you said, you could tap into these guys with a Peter Frampton and go, how did you play that? And what, so even if you were just talking about the gear, whether it's a Gibson or Strat, and just tapping into them. I mean, for me, I'm blessed. Man, if somebody was ever going to tell me I'm going to hang out with Billy Gibbons every time he comes to New York,
man.
Or an Alice Cooper or any of the bands, I mean, first of all, I'm a diehard fan, but I'm really learning so much about the stories and the livelihood and the songs and the touring, and they're no different than me and you and their lives and on the road, and it's insane. I leave a theater, whether it's Daryl's house or anywhere, shaking my head going, did this really just, did I just hang out with these guys? And then I look at the picture and I go, yeah, okay, well.
Dude, I was backstage in London after we had recorded Peter Frampton one night. And there was a little reception, and Peter was in there, but then, 2 or 3 of the guys from the Rolling Stones walk in and they're all, I was like, oh my God. It was like, it was just like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to stand in the corner and just watch all this. It was really, I mean, just moments like that, just are unbelievable. And, I just, I look forward to the opportunity again for this music to start back up again so we can get back in the groove.
I can't wait. I was with Billy after his show. We were on the second floor at a casino. And I go, dude, you got to get on the bus. You got another show, 8-hour drive. And he's like, yeah, walk me to the coach. And I'm like, I have no idea.
Next time you see Billy, ask him if he remembers a place called the Last Concert Cafe in Houston. And it was Last Concert Cafe
in Houston. Oh, I'm sure he was.
Back in the 91, 92 time frame. No Control would sometimes play there, but I'm pretty sure that their rehearsal space was right across the street from the last concert.
Really? Okay.
If it wasn't across the street, it was right in that area. So I can't. My memory is foggy from that time period. But he'll absolutely remember.
That'd be cool.
Cafe. It's a mainstay from Memphis music. Houston music, and he probably remembers. There's another place called Dan Electro's. I bet he'll remember that one too. Dan Electro. From back in the Houston days.
Okay. That's
cool. I spent a lot of time in Texas, Houston, Dallas.
So what's the next plan? We got Fight. Are we have another single hiding somewhere? Are you waiting?
I think we've got a couple more. I'm going to ride this one for a while. I mean, it's really just starting to pick up. It's starting to get a lot more streams lately. So we're absolutely going to, keep pushing Fight, especially as we continue to go through the pandemic. But I think we've got one or two more on the EP that we'll absolutely release as a single. We don't know which one it is yet, but there's one that's a little bit more harder edged on that record, and it's called Black.
Okay.
So that's maybe one of the ones we're thinking about, and then the other one on there that's an older song that we redid is called Don't Give Up. So both of those are good songs, but I'm not sure which direction we're going to go yet. Well, and then I've got a couple of singles we're going to cut. So we got some new stuff working on.
We can't wait, my friend. We can't wait for the opening down Clearwater. We can't wait for more Zach Bair band to pop out. And we can't wait to we're going to keep supporting you. And I pray that everybody hears my podcast and the video. And is there a deadline for the vote?
Honestly, I don't know. But I would say just if you're an ASCAP member, just look for a fairly large size ballot envelope and then open it up. And there's two sections. One section is really small at the bottom for symphony or something. I don't know. But the top one has a bunch of names and it says at large ballot. And there's a couple of blanks in there. So just put an X in one of those blanks and write my name in and send that sucker in. And let's see if we can make some change in the industry.
Nobody that has the knowledge better than this guy. You got to do that. His calendar is extremely full, but he's looking to do more for the industry and for the artists and for the bands. And my goodness, how could you not support Zach? He's got the Zach Bair Official on Instagram, ZBair Official, I want to say on Twitter, ZachBair.com. You could check it all out. Zach, what are the other websites for some of your other businesses that we can throw in there as well?
Oh, sure. So Venue, of which I'm CEO, is VNUE.com. And that's, if you want to look it up on the stock markets, OTC. And then the symbol is VNUE.
No. Nobody needs to do that. I'm going to take care of that after. Don't do that yet.
Okay. Okay. And then if you want to check out RockHouse Live, it's rockhouselive.com. And we're on Facebook all over the place. So, and then ZachBairMusic.com. And there's a bunch of other stuff too. If you want to check out Soundster, which is the music recognition technology that we hope to change the world with, it's SOUNDSTR.com.
I love it, my man. I love it. Nobody's better than you, buddy. Can't wait to see you in Memphis.
And I paid you for that too.
It might be in Clearwater first, but I'm going to call you and tell you I'm on my way, man. Let's rock the house down there.
Come see us, man. We'll definitely look forward to it.
Absolutely. Time to put a little Zach Bair on the video right here on Pat Sound Bites IGTV. Time to fight for love, for hope, and never give it up, and support this guy. And also spend a couple of dollars, go to Ordinary Girl to support suicide prevention. Zach is giving a portion of the proceeds of that. It means a lot. We all know somebody going through some hard times and families that have gone through that loss. So we got to support as much as we can. Love you, brother. Time to fight on Pat Sound Bites IGTV. Keeping new music alive with the Zach Bair Band. Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Oh, you just marked that.
Some other days you'll find your way, and then a piece inside you makes it okay. to find a refuge. You gotta go, you've gotta move. One thing's for certain, when there's nothing to lose. Yeah, fight for your life every day. The world is just falling apart. Yeah, fight for your life all the way. It's all the same, we just need a new start. Yeah, fight for your life, it's the way. It's the way. An angry voice from another car. Somebody else has pushed his patience too far. A crippled man with a cardboard sign. Choke up some change and I'll be just fine. Some other day, some other way. The better days will be here to stay. Yeah, fight for your life every day. The world is just falling apart. Yeah, fight for your life all the way. It's all the same, we just need a new start. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. Whoa. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. His silent eyes, FD&Y, a nation stunned and we wonder why. Innocence lost at enormous cost. One of these days it will be okay. We must be strong and carry on. 8 billion souls who will fight to belong. Yeah, fight for your life every day. The world is just falling apart. Yeah, fight for your life all the way. It's all the same, we just need a new start. Yeah, fight for your life, it's the way.